I want to talk about emotional eating because I believe it's the number one cause of weight gain. And it's easy to talk about calories and protein and fiber and sugars, but if there's an emotional eating component, lack of knowledge is not the primary problem. Most people already know those things help with weight loss. It's that they're stuck in old habits and patterns tied to eating. Now, some of those patterns are learned from our parents or grandparents, but some of those patterns are learned as a coping mechanism from trauma. When everything else feels out of control, we're stressed or depressed, we can turn to food, especially junk food, to trigger these feel-good sensors in our brain that temporarily make us feel better. Of course, it doesn't last, so I take a 3-step approach to helping with emotional eating. Step 1 is to identify triggers. Step 2 is developing strategies for what to do when those triggers present themselves. Step 3 is establishing new relationships with food with a focus on small changes that don't feel overwhelming. With enough small changes, they stack up, enhancing the effectiveness of each, and people can start to trust their own decision-making with food again. And eventually, we can activate those same feel-good sensors, but in a healthier way. I always recommend people get a coach that's trained in these things to provide the accountability, motivation, and support they need until they feel totally confident that they can do it on their own.